Hi everybody, welcome back to the Stalker universe, and I wanted to do a real quick video that's kind of a reminder that these games are out there, and that is the enhanced editions of the original Stalker games. And if you're a fan of DayZ or PUBG or open world, I'm going to use survival inverted commas, but kind of action shooter games, then seriously, the original Stalker games, you've got to check them out, especially if you've played and enjoyed Stalker 2, the new game that came out last year in 2024. Now, it all started back in 2007 with Shadow of Chernobyl, and then this game here, which is Clear Sky, and then there was Call of Pripyat, which is the last of the original trilogy. And then nothing happened for a long time because GSC Games, the people behind the Stalker games, kind of disappeared in about 2013, 2014, Ukrainian dev. And what happened was the original game files, the unbinarized game files, found their way into the world, which meant people could mod these games incredibly well. And so not only do we have the OG games, but there's also standalone mods that you can download, when mod isn't really the right word because they're actually standalone games that you can play. I would advise you should really own a copy of at least the OG games before you play the standalone mods, just as a hat tip to the original devs. And then obviously GSC came back together, I think in about 2018-19, and then worked on Stalker 2, which is excellent, which is a modern Stalker, which is kind of continuing the story. However, what they've also done this year is produce the enhanced versions of the original trilogy. And especially if you're on console, or you're the sort of PC player who likes using a controller rather than mouse and keyboard, I highly recommend these. And I'm pretty sure when you buy them on Steam anyway, you get the original games as well. And the reason why that is important is because lots of the standalone mods that are real mods that require you to have the original game installed, they work with the original versions. But the devs have been very good in the fact that these new games, or these new versions of the games, these new enhanced games, they haven't replaced the original ones on Steam. It's a separate game, which I think is very, very cool. Now, if you already bought the original games on PC, on Steam, and just haven't installed them up and played them for like 10 years, you'll find, I'm pretty sure, that you'll own the enhanced games as well. So you'll be able to open them up and install them and play them. And although they're really old, they are so good, these games. You know, okay, Shadow of Chernobyl, the original one, is probably the hardest to play because I think the devs were still working out the ideas of what they wanted the gameplay mechanics of Stalker to be. But when you got to Clear Sky, this one, which is the prequel, and then Call of Pripyat, the last one, they kind of really had it down pat. And if you're a fan of DayZ, you're probably looking at these graphics going, this looks very DayZ-like. These look like DayZ characters. Well, there's a lot of Stalker in DayZ, definitely. You know, Eastern European, a lot of cross-pollination, let us say that way. And they are very, very good. Semi-open world. Basically, the way it works is the world is kind of separated into these large zones that you then load into. So when you go to another, then you load into that because, you know, the technology back in 2007, 8 and 9, you couldn't have these absolutely huge areas that had lots and lots of detail in because, you know, the memory just wasn't there. But they're single player. They're kind of survival in the fact that you have resource management and you have inventory management you need to worry about, and things kind of wear out and get broken. And they've got great storylines. It's set in a post-apocalyptic exclusion zone where there's been there's been 2 explosions at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The first one is the same that happened in our universe. The second one isn't, and that's where kind of the timelines separate. And then we have to, the whole area has been locked off, we're trapped inside, there's lots of different factions that don't get on with each other and fight each other, and you've got to follow the storyline, get on with the different factions, level up your gear. There's lots of RPG mechanics, lots of shooting, lots of fun, and an atmosphere that really is second to none. You know, everything from the music and the way it looks. Okay, they're going to be a bit clunky, but they really, really are good. So there we go. So don't forget about these enhanced versions of the game. They should be in your wish list, so when they drop into sales, you'll be able to pick them up cheap. And again, they're great to play with a gamepad. It's nice and relaxing. You know, old school, some of these old school games, because the problem with modern RPGs, if you think like Assassin's Creed and stuff, they're just so, you've just got so much to do, haven't you? You really have, where these are a lot simpler but with great stories. Anyway, that's enough from me. Don't forget the Stalker series. Don't forget the Stalker enhanced editions. Everything from Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat. Ideally, start with Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, because that is the OG story, and it will get you started with what's happening and introduce you to the world and lots of the locations that you revisit in the games. But then definitely go on to Clear Sky and Call of Pripyat. Anyway, that's enough from me. What do you think? Maybe you've played the games already. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.